Hey friends, it's Rosie, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make an authentic sweet potato cobbler. Now since it's authentic, we will be making everything completely homemade, including the crust. Do not be intimidated, it's really easy to make, and I'm also going to show you how to make the delicious filling. So let's get right into the recipe. So we're going to start off with cleaned garnet yams. Now don't get caught up in the yam part because these are still sweet potatoes. So clean the yams and you're going to peel them. Next you're going to chop them into small little squares. Then I'm going to toss them into my Dutch oven. If you don't have a Dutch oven, of course you can use a regular large pot. Now don't forget, if you are enjoying this recipe so far, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you in advance, and I will have many more southern recipes coming your way. And now we're going to cover our sweet potatoes with some cold water, or it could be warm water, it really does not matter. So you're going to bring that to a boil, and you want to boil your sweet potatoes until they are nice and fork tender. Before you drain the water or before you drain the yams, make sure you reserve a couple cups of that water, okay? So with the reserved waters, you're going to pour it, just pour it into a large bowl. And now we're going to sprinkle in some all-purpose flour. Now if you've been watching me for a while, you know this is the mixture that I use to thicken up my cobbler fillings, and it works magically. So follow this recipe and you won't go wrong. In this bowl I have some salted butter. I'm going to pour my hot liquid, which was that reserved water and all-purpose flour. Just pour it all over the butter, and then you're going to stir until all of the butter is melted. Now we're going to sprinkle in some granulated sugar. Add in some dark brown sugar, or you can use light brown sugar, really doesn't matter. Now I'm going to sprinkle in some ground clove as well as ground cinnamon. I have some ground nutmeg as well. And I'm going to add bourbon vanilla. I love bourbon vanilla, but if you cannot find it, you can use regular vanilla extract, just the real stuff, not imitation. I poured in some half and half, and now I'm going to stir everything until it's nice and well combined. Then we're going to walk right back over to our stovetop. Now here are the yams, or sweet potatoes, same thing in the US anyway. They are in my Dutch oven. I'm just going to pour my liquid all over those sweet potatoes / yams. Then we're going to bring this to a boil. Okay, so once it's at a full boil, you should know how thick your cobbler filling is going to be. Now that's fine for me, but if it's not fine for you, add a little more all-purpose flour. So now I'm going to use my KitchenAid stand mixer, and I'm going to make my cobbler crust. This is really easy. I have all-purpose flour, sugar, buttered flavor shortening, and I'm going to crack open an egg. We'll add that on in there. And of course you're going to need water, but not just any water. Make sure it is nice and cold water. As a matter of fact, make sure you use ice water. So now we're going to mix everything until it turns into our dough. It doesn't take a long time at all. You can actually do this by hand if you don't have a stand mixer. And once the dough is formed, you're going to just place it on a well-floured surface. And then you're just going to play around with it for a while, just make sure it's all nice and in one. Then you're going to flatten it out with a roll pin. So once it's flattened, I'm going to divide it into two. With one half, I'm going to just cut them in small little squares, and that's going to work as our dumplings for our cobbler. You know I love my dumplings and my cobbler. And the other half is going to work as our top crust for the cobbler. So for the dumplings, just place them on a cookie sheet, and you're going to bake them until they're nice and golden. Meanwhile, you're going to just cut up your dough if you want to do a lattice like I'll be doing, but you can leave it in whole. And now that my little dumplings are done, I'm going to add them or place them in the bottom of my 9x13 dish here. And I'm going to pour in my cobbler filling. Now, if you want to print out the recipe, please be sure to come visit my blog, iHeartRecipes.com. It is available there. If you're watching this on YouTube, there will be a clickable link in the description box, so check in there. And now I'm ready to just place my little lattice. I always say it wrong. Is it lattice, lattice? Some people say it differently. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. We're going to place that on top of our cobbler. And once done, we are going to pop this baby in the oven. So this was my finished look before it goes into the oven. I will be baking this on 350 Fahrenheit. My oven was preheated prior to placing this in the oven. And you're going to bake this for about 35 to 40 minutes, okay? So now we are pretty much done. This is what it looks like. Well, we are done. The only thing to do now is to eat this, okay? So you just dish it on out. And someone's going to ask me, is this a dessert? Is this like candy yams? This is a dessert. It's a cobbler. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe if you have not already. And visit me every Sunday and Wednesdays for new video uploads.